Hi there, Pisces, and welcome back to Bonico Tarot. I'm here with your August tarot reading, and I'm just shuffling the cards now, but I will remind you that it is Mercury retrograde, and from the last set of videos, which you may want to check out if you haven't already, you may want to be reminded that this Mercury retrograde, which is going to take us till about August 17th, and there's also another eclipse on August 11th. So both of those things are happening in your 6th house of health and daily routines. So you might want to be a little bit more mindful in those areas of your life, and because any sort of small changes or improvements that you make now are going to pay off huge by the time this Mercury retrograde period is over with. So it'd be a shame not to take advantage of the energies that are available. So I am here to do August, so I'm going to pull one card for each week, and then I'm going to pull 2 cards clarifying, and we'll just kind of go through it and see what's up for Pisces, August 2018. Up for Pisces in August 2018. And then I'm going to pull 2 clarifying cards for each. Let's see what comes up. For the first week. Look at that. 2 for the second week, just jumped right out. 2 more for 5th week. That over there and take a look at the hidden ground later. Alright, so Pisces, your first week of August is the Knight of Swords. And so there may be some communication that's a little bit tense coming in. Let's see what the clarifying cards say. Okay. So this could be around a relationship. Within a relationship, your clarifying cards were the 2 of Hearts and the 5 of Wands. So there's some, and then we got the Knight of Swords. So you may be dealing with an air sign, Aquarius, Libra, or Gemini. So yeah, it looks as though there may be some tension in your love relationship if you have one of those. If you don't have one of those, there could be, I also get the feeling that there's more than one person involved. Like this could be something happening in conflict around a relationship within your social network. There's a lot of change happening in that area for most of us, as this last eclipse on the 27th of July was definitely affecting that for all of us. So you're probably dealing with that in the first week. Let's look at your second week. Well, that's much better. And that's usually what happens, right? We have, sort of a peak experience, and then we kind of get grounded again. So second week of August is the Ace of Pentacles. So new beginnings that have got some traction to them. And here we are back with some cups in the picture. We are clarified by the King of Cups and the Two of Wands. So, let's see here. So the King of Cups could actually be you. Maybe through this conflict, a new level of understanding from a very mature emotional perspective has come into place. That, you know, as Mercury retrograde does kind of force us to look back, that you've kind of been looking back on patterns, perhaps, in relationships that maybe the first week brought more into focus. Sometimes we have to go through the ickies in order to get through to a better place. So now in the third week, we have the Ten of Wands. So let's see what the clarifying cards say. Could be a bit of a roller coaster month for you, Pisces. We've got the Three of Swords and Temperance. So, like I said, now that I look at it, it seems to be kind of a roller coaster ride in relationship for you this month, Pisces. But again, it's one of those things, you know, with the third week, this is when we're going to be coming out of Mercury retrograde. It'll be sort of the beginning of the third week will be the eclipse, and then as we get to the end of that week, then we're going to be out of Mercury retrograde. So let's see what the fourth week has to say. Oh my goodness, my goodness, my goodness. Okay, so we have the Five of Swords, which is a feeling of defeat. So, and the clarifying cards are the Justice card and the Knight of Cups. So, I think you're going to be in your feelings a fair amount this month. But because this is in your sixth house, this Mercury retrograde, this may be like all about how healthy your relationships are and how we need to integrate that into our day-to-day life. Is it, you know, that things need to become a little bit more balanced, maybe a little bit more loving. Maybe, you know, with you know, it's been sort of a combination between difficult communication and the burdens of life, essentially. So it's probably a bit of a challenge, but I think ultimately, you know, it's kind of like the first week you're going to have a bit of tension. Second week you're going to feel a little more grounded in the situation. Maybe maybe there's like a few different issues that you're working through in your relationship. So the second week you better get a bit of a break. Then maybe the third week you tackle something else that's a challenge in your relationship that's more relative to the day-to-day and how you both behave within that relationship together. So that's that. I'm going to take a look at the hidden ground, and it's the Hierophant. So this may just be the growing pains of working through a commitment. And I'm going to take a look at other bit of hidden ground. Yeah, I think that, Pisces, you may be thinking, you may still be attached to some old ideas about what it is you think you need in a commitment. And that perhaps is what's coming up for review for you. So you might want to just try to stay as open-minded and in the moment as you can throughout the month, and not let the dips take you too low, because there's going to be rewards on the other side of it, but it may not come without a bit of conflict. And so don't be afraid of that, because you actually will likely push through to a much more balanced place if you engage in it. So I hope that was helpful to you, Pisces, and we'll see you next time.